Good morning and welcome to your Monday Morning Moment. I'm your host, Dr. Pete. You know, I do these shows regularly to give you information that you may not be privy to otherwise. So today, I'm going to cut right to the chase. I want to tell you about TV and how that's altering your perception and messing up your life. All right, listen, I watch TV. I'm sure if you live in the Western Hemisphere, you have a television, internet connection, so on and so forth. It's not the TV itself, it's the programming that comes with it. And the worst offenders of the programming is the news and the media. Unfortunately, those son of a guns keep sending to your brain through your visual and auditory systems crappy images of scary shit going on out there in the world today. And as a consequence, you then develop a perception about the world. I call it a perception, the way you see the world, but I can easily call it stress. And unfortunately, if you put the body through a consistent stress response, you're going to have problems. Your body's going to start to wilt and get sick. Because listen, the stress response is simple. It's been around for millions of years, if we've been here that long. I don't know how long we've been here, but I'll just say 2 million years, scientists believe. That's how long man has occupied the earth. So, if you're being chased by a neighboring tribe or an animal that has you in its sights for dinner, you're running like hell. You need to save your life. So your body has a mechanism by which it secretes hormones out of your brain through your adrenal glands, and then it allows you to be able to shunt all the blood out of your stomach and put it all in the muscles where you'll get maximum energy from that blood so you can run like hell. It'll also, this stress response, make your heart beat faster, make your lungs breathe quicker to bring more oxygen and available blood to your brain so that you can navigate your way to safety. That's what the stress response is all about. Now, that stress response was only supposed to be transient, which means it comes and goes whenever you're under a threat. Now, in today's modern world, it seems as though we are under threats 24/7, 365 days a year, and it's true we are. Well, you know why? Most of this, because of watch on TV, what you see. Listen, when you go away on vacation, you probably don't watch a lot of television. You're in the Bahamas, you're enjoying the beautiful sunshine, you're out on the ocean with the one you love. You're not watching TV. So what's your stress like when you're on vacation? Zero, right? Stress response isn't a big important thing at that point in time. Matter of fact, you're just enjoying life. Instead of in a stress response, you're in a more relaxed, blissful response. Your body heals better. You're on vacation. You make love more often to your spouse or whoever you're with. How come? Because you feel more connected to them. The stressors of life have been removed because you're not watching TV. Back to television. Now, TV gets you this way. They know that they want you to watch television for as many minutes as possible because that's where the Nielsen ratings inform the marketers of the world that this guy's watching a lot of CNN today. So the more CNN you watch, what's going to keep you watching it? Gore, mayhem, visual images, and video that's going to implant itself on your brain for the rest of your life. You can't get rid of it. Now, once it's there, you now begin to perceive a new world that you live in, a stressful, painful world. You might ask yourself questions like this. Why bother then? This is the worst time in mankind. Life sucks. Why bother? This is the way it's going to be. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what they wanted. That's what they want you to say. They want you to stay on that TV, watch that crap, instead of going out and living a life worth living, getting some exercise, making love, going to college, making some money, making a difference in the damn world. Got it? Making a difference in the world. So, the biggest culprit beyond the media and the news are the drug companies. They keep telling you that there's something wrong with you. And you begin to buy into it. You now have a perception that you're not worthy anymore, that there's something broken in your machine of life, which is called your DNA, and the drug companies go, well, we can fix that. We have biomedical engineering, and we will fix your genes, and we will save your life. Let me tell you right now, I'm calling them out. Bullshit. Less than 5% of the people out there, that includes you, less than 5% of the people have any genetic damage or mutations to their DNA that drugs would help to compensate for. So, if you're not in the 5%, then perhaps, by the way, it's probably 2%, but if you're not in the 5%, then you got to be in the other 95%. And what makes your world go? What makes it go? Your perception, the way you see things. It's the environment that you put yourself in is what controls all of your DNA and how it maintains its activity. DNA is nothing more than a genie in a lamp. You rub the bottle, right? You say, I want a Ferrari. Rub a bottle, brr. The DNA, being the genie, gives you a damn car. if you need to, create any response in your body, the DNA, you must know, your DNA inside of every cell, it doesn't have a mind of its own. It's just a cookbook. The outside of your cells, meaning the outside of your world, because you're made of nothing but cells, is basically just simply listening to what's going on in its environment. That's what it's doing. Listening to what's going on in the environment, and then tells the DNA, make some proteins to change the function of the cell because I'm in this environment. So what would you tell your children? Go hang out with a bunch of losers who sell drugs on the street corner? Holding guns and are very violent? No, your child's going to become that. You'll become what you hang out with on a consistent basis. That I think you understand. Well, you will become a miserable SOB when you're watching the media and the drug commercials, which make you feel out of control. And as soon as you lose a sense of control, holy crap, life starts to really travel downhill fast. If I'm not mistaken, I'll bet when you go to bed at night, you start feeling a little stressed out. You start thinking about your day and second guessing the choices that you've made, second guessing your future, wondering if you'll have enough money for retirement, whether the kids can go to college, whether I'll get sick and die. What the hell am I doing? Listen, the reason you do that is because you give up control. During the daytime, you may not feel that so much. How come? Because you're in control. You have a chance to make a change today. You could get up, get a workout. You could call a buddy. You can make a business decision. You could work 12 hours. You're in control during that time. And during that time, you can handle it. Then you go home, lights go down, gets dark, can't handle it. Start to stress out. 2 o'clock in the morning, you wake up, overthinking life again. How come? You're out of control at night. Why? Because you can't change anything in the evening hours. You can't just go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning and expect the rest of the country to be awake to handle your phone calls. It doesn't work that way. So you have to realize that at nighttime when you go home, you have to give up that control, at least understand that it's okay because it's only transient. And in the morning when you get up, you're gonna hammer it and then make it happen. So listen, the stress response of your world is about your perception and what you see. Why would you let marketers, television, media, and drug companies begin to implant these Trojan horses in the world of computer? Put this garbage into your head that gets you to think that life isn't as good as it can be. Right? Then you do what? Then you start making love to your spouse, you stop spending time with your children, you start fighting and arguing. Why? Because your perception is completely off. Your perception of the world is being bent by what's on the television. I'm not telling you to not watch television, but DVR everything that you watch and watch no commercials. Watch what's empowering to you, which feels good to you, which inspires you. Because when you live inside of that world, your brain produces chemistry, which makes your body heal. It makes it sing. It makes it last years and years beyond what it would have had you not. So the negativity that you are interpreting by watching signals on television, video, and pictures, they're messing with you, kid. They're messing with you bad. And unfortunately, your cell biology, your internal system, is getting sicker and sicker day by day. You're probably gaining weight, you're miserable, your knees hurt, my back is sore, I get a headache, I'm tired, why bother? Where the hell did that come from? Where do you think that came from? Because you certainly weren't that way at 8 years old, right? 8 years old, you were busy playing baseball, riding your scooter, playing with your dolls, having friends over, you were having a ball. And then the world grabbed a hold of you and kicked the shit out of you. And it started to show you how bad this world is. Everything's bad. Boo-hoo me. I watched this morning, I turned it on because I was going to do this segment. I watched Good Morning America. Holy crap. There's nothing but garbage on there with a little sprinkling of sugar. They throw something in good once in a while, which lasts about 10 seconds. Screw the 10 seconds. I want something way more demonstrative. I want something that is going to last 10 minutes of a really good, feel-good story so I can still remember that humanity is wonderful. Whether you know it or not, we are living in the safest time, the most amazing time that man has ever lived on this planet. I'll bet you woke up this morning under the shelter of your beautiful home. I bet you took a dump this morning and wiped your backside with the most comfortable material. You didn't have to go outside and crap in a hole in the middle of a freaking winter time up here in the Northeast. You didn't have to do that. What you did was you woke up, you went to your kitchen, you made a cup of coffee, you took a hot shower with that beautiful hot water on your body, put on some decent clothes, went outside, started up your car, because yes, it's cold in the Northeast United States. You turned your car on. What happened? You warmed up your beautiful ride. You got in it. You drove a number of miles to your job. You went to your job. You went in there. Somebody's giving you benefits. They're giving you retirement, giving you a place to work, to express yourself. You're getting a paycheck, which you can bring home. But unfortunately, people go into work and go, I hate work. It sucks. sucks. Where do you get this rhetoric? You get it from your environment. The environment dictates who you are and what you're going to become. So you must be careful. There are a lot of signals in your environment which will signal into your stress system, and then your stress system will pull all the blood out of your gut. It'll put it in all your muscles, and it'll weaken your immune system and make you slowly sicker over time. And you know what? If you really stop, scratch your head and go, wow, that son of a bitch is right. Because that's what I've been doing. I've been getting fatter and slower and more exhausted, more fatigued out. I'm kind of worrying about my future. Of course, because you only look at garbage, which is on television. Filter it. Make sense of it, and don't watch the video and the pictures on a consistent basis of humans being mutilated by other humans. It's gonna mess with you, not only in the moment that you watch it, but anytime going forward, because it's in your head. If I give you 2 words, Twin Towers, simply Twin Towers, can't you see them coming down? Because I can. I can see the top crumbling and down it comes, and the horror and the post-traumatic stress that people have to absorb as a function of it. It's never going to go away. It's going to be with you for the rest of your life, so you can count on it that when you see the calendar flip to 9/11, 9/11, you're going to start perseverating all over again when they start showing the images of all this garbage on TV. And they're going to wig it around this whole thing like, oh, I want to remember and think about the people who passed. And I agree with that. But that's not why they did it, for crying out loud. They did it for the ratings, for the Nielsen ratings, so that they can market to you, so they can get your dollars and your cents and make you sick while the drug company comes in on the backside and says, don't worry, we'll fix your DNA because it's damaged. Buddy, there ain't nothing wrong with my damn DNA. What's wrong with me is I put myself in a shit environment and my DNA is reacting to the environment that I put myself in. Are you capable of taking yourself out of that crappy environment? Anytime you want, you can remove it and cut it, as they say. Cut it out. And you know you can because you always do it when you go on vacation. Well, Doc, I can't go on vacation for a lifetime. Says who? You can go on vacation in your head anytime you want, but you've got to look to be able to filter your perceptions of the world that you live in, because if you take in other people's perceptions without any concrete evidence that it's true, then you make a determination and a distinction which winds up in your nervous system and plays over and over like a broken record. The damn thing never shuts off, and as a consequence, your health is going downhill. And over time, who do you run to? Mr. MD, and he drugs you again, and he puts you on this drug, and he says, listen, if it doesn't work, come back, I'll put you on another drug. They don't know. You kidding me? They just throw you on a bunch of shit. How about you get up and you start changing your perception of the world. You start filtering out things and other people's opinions. You can listen, but put them aside, for crying out loud. Make your own determinations and be careful about what you believe, because you will become exactly what you believe. That's my rant for today. This is Dr. PTV. You know what? I don't know if it's going to be Dr. PTV on my Monday Morning Moment. I think I introduced it as the Monday Morning Moment, but it's too long now. It's 13 minutes, so I'm going to throw it on Dr. PTV. So anyway, listen, take it to heed what I said. Filter out your perceptions so that you can be healthier, happier, and make a difference in this world. This is Dr. P. I'll see you next time.